So approaching crunch time in the NIHL divisions, and the South one is hotting up nicely at the top. But for the Raiders, it's a battle to maintain playoff place and get the, I suppose, the pick that you may want in the playoffs. Joined by Mark Saul as the coach. Well, it's been a while since we spoke, Mark. I'd say a tough end to 2021, but 2022 started well. A few big wins along the way, and it's, I suppose, what's your view as things starting to turn around?
Yeah, it's nice to get bodies back. I think we've shown over the last couple of weeks how we can perform when we've got everybody at full strength. I know that's obviously a lot down to the Raiders as well. Like, thank goodness that we're both starting to see the end of, touch wood, I dare say it really, but the end of injuries and both teams being at full tilt. So yeah, the Raiders are getting it done in their division, which is kind of full testament to Sean and the work that the boys are putting in, and obviously in turn, when we've got a full team here, our boys are working hard, the systems we're implementing are working well, and yeah, we've had 2-3 weeks of good results here. Obviously, I know you're about to touch on the Chelsea game on Saturday, but we're kind of teeing up nicely. That we played them 3 weeks ago, and they give us a good hide in here, 7-1. So we're looking to put in a performance that will challenge them hard on the weekend and take 2 points.
But it was announced a few weeks ago the playoff format for the division going in. It's the top 8 teams. So you're currently sitting 7th. You're in a battle with Oxford, who unfortunately suffered the same issues as you in points deductions. So I suppose in that sense you can't look at the two and think it's an unfair comparison with you both on the same points deduction. So you're both likely to make the playoffs, but I suppose the 8th is likely to face Streatham. So I suppose avoiding that 8th spot is a key. And I suppose considering the teams that could finish second, there's a lot of teams in the battle. All of those teams that you can either beat or certainly put up a good fight against, I suppose you'd be confident in the 2-legged playoffs of beating. So I suppose 7th is the goal at the moment.
Yeah, 9 games left. 3 of them were away against big teams there in Invicta, Streatham and Chelmsford, and then obviously some tough home games here. But I mean, we're just trying to take week on week here. If we can get into 2 points every single week, not look too far around us, then we can start concentrating on where we sit performance-wise, and then come what may in the playoffs. I don't think we'll finish 8th. I'd like to think we could probably get up to 6th and go from there. But yeah, with the performances that we're putting in at the moment, I don't see any reason why we can't, out of the 9 games, put 4 or 5 wins together here and really finish on a high point. And then that's an ultimate peak for the playoffs, and we can take on anybody and be confident in our own performance.
We look about the big wins over the last few weeks. Here against Invicta, that 8-3 I think it was, and then you went to Solent, and always going to be a tight, low-scoring game there. You beat them 2-1. A couple of slip-ups in the middle of that, but I suppose you alluded on a couple of injury issues. I mean, one match, Milton Keynes on, I only call the junior netminder in, doesn't help, and they obviously had their scoring issue, the skates on for that one. But again, it's just getting the big wins and obviously getting some form on home ice, most importantly. Yeah,
I mean, a huge thanks to Ryan Wardell. I mean, he deserves a massive shout out. I mean, we made the call on the Saturday night with Nick and Danny Milton, both hurt on Saturday here against Johnson a few weeks back in that London Cup game, and we needed a netminder for the next night, right? So Ryan comes down from Birmingham, helps us out. He's a player that I know. He trialled for me at England under-13s a few years back, pre-COVID. I know there's a talent in that. He's a very talented netminder, and he deserves huge shout out for coming in and putting the performance in that he did. Huge anomaly game for us. Doesn't show what we are as a team, and I think we bounced back really well. Yeah, the Invicta game here was huge. Obviously showing that we have to apply ourselves to get a victory against anybody. Gosport away, Solent away. Sorry, we played our systems like pretty much to the T. And then obviously Streatham away on the weekend, London Cup game again. Kind of a result that was already kind of done with the cup winner awarded to Streatham, but we played well, we played with speed, and both teams wanted to play hockey and play with that speed. It was a game that was over really quickly. I think it was just outside 2 hours it took that game, and it was a good game to be part of. I enjoyed being part of that game, and we'll see where we are in the weeks coming through here. But I've got five lines to pick from, so there's going to be some boys sitting out. But I expect the very best from the boys that are going to be in that lineup, and they know that, and they're very much ready to go against Chelmsford this weekend, Slough the week after, and then a couple of doubleheader weekends towards the end of the season.
And so yeah, so Chelmsford a bit gone this weekend. You know, what happened a few weeks ago, but again, that was another London Cup game, which really was I suppose meaningless, and I suppose didn't really matter losing. I know you'd have wanted to win that game, but Chelmsford this Saturday, no national Raiders action anywhere. So we're hoping for a nice big crowd to cheer you on. I know we've had a couple of these derbies already this season, but this is probably the biggest one yet.
Yeah, they always seem to weigh a little bit more as you come to the end of the season. You know, it's nearly March time. Everybody's trying to hit that form as they come into the playoffs. We're trying to hit form, and basically, I've said it from the get-go from the season, we'll take a good hard run at anybody on our best day and on our worst day. But it's about applying ourselves so we can get the best performance out of us individually and as a collective on the weekend. And you know, if we can pull our talents together, I've got no issue taking on anybody in this division. On the weekend, you know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Chelmsford came here, and that was a very, very good team. Like I said, that, you know, they gave us a hide in here. So, yeah, we're due performance. We've got a full team, I expect, with a couple of the last guys coming back. Yeah, and it'll be a good game to watch. It'll be a good game to enjoy. I spoke to Lee Powell at Romford Recorder on the way into the rink tonight, and you know, there's nothing bigger than a Romford-Chelmsford derby. Obviously, yeah, this is my second or third one here. So yeah, we want the place rocking. If you're a Raiders national team fan, come down, watch us, you know, and see some of the developing talent that we've got here, because it's here in abundance. I mean, I know you guys have seen some of it playing up for the Raiders already, but we'll have a full tilt team here, and we're going to take a good hard run at Chelmsford. It's nothing better than that, right? In the Romford shirt, so.
Indeed, and it starts a big run of home games here at the Sapphire and a run into the playoffs. Lots of exciting hockey to look forward to. Mark, thank you very much, and also looking forward to commentating on the game Saturday.
Yeah, see you on the weekend.